Hey everyone, happy Saturday. I want to talk to you today about positivity and manifestation and how you can just change your mindset and make incredible things happen instantly. I want to do this also while practicing some more dynamic movements. I'll be starting fighting again soon, training again soon, as soon as this is over, hopefully in July. So I'm wanting to now try and put on some weight, do some more dynamic movements. I've lost 15 kilos in the past 6 months, just because I wanted to completely cut down my weight, stop having to eat so much, and just try out being light and see what it's like to be light and agile. Now I want to slowly build up some muscle, not gaining too much weight, but keeping all the strength and the agility. So I'm trying to do everything really slowly. I rapidly lost loads of weight. And now I'm going to try and build it up bit by bit by doing just mainly body movements, a little bit of weights. So I'm going to completely improvise this, so just follow along and I'm going to talk to you at the same time. So we'll start off as always with 120. We'll start off with 2 minutes of burpees just to get the blood pumping. So I want to talk to you about my day yesterday. I've been having a terrible couple of weeks. I've been suffering quite badly with a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of stress. And stress is not usually something that bothers me. People get stressed by work, but I love working. To me, working de-stresses me. Sitting in front of my computer and working all day long de-stresses me, but what stresses me out is people and relationships and things that I find complicated, which is mainly people, family, relationships, these things. So I've been really, really stressed, and I just felt like everything was going wrong. I felt my website had crashed, a few deals fell through, a couple of ideas became more difficult, and it was just one of those moments where you feel like everything is going wrong. And so I said to myself, okay, Friday this week I'll dedicate this whole day to myself. I decided to take a tab of acid that I'd been saving, and ironically, I had a visit with a psychiatrist beforehand, and so she told me, she effectively read my mind before I even got in there. She told me that she was thinking of taking me off my medication, which was exactly what I'd been thinking. We'll just do a little bit of groundwork now, just to get loosened up. So the medication I take, come this way, the medication I take is atomoxetine Strattera. We'll do touch-up toes like this. So it's a medication for ADHD. Basically what it does is control my impulses. So by limiting noradrenaline in my brain, helping regulate the adrenaline, it gives me a little extra bit of time to think before I speak or act. But it used to work really well, and now after about 2.5 years, it doesn't work so well anymore, and I get a lot of, not so much side effects, but loss of libido is one of them. These periods of kind of up and down, depression, things like that. It could be the medication, it could be my personality. It's probably both. Now we'll just do some straight up sit-ups like this. If you can't quite do sit-ups, you can do crunches like this. So crunch, you should keep your head facing upwards, like your neck in line, or your chin on your chest like that. You shouldn't be kind of pulling with your neck because it'll hurt you. You can hold your head as well, or you can come straight up. If you've got something in front of you to hook your feet under, then you can as well, of course, like a sofa or a table or something. But so anyway, yeah, we decided to come off this medication, and so I was feeling great about that. It's going to take 2 months while I learn the dose. I'm probably going to have a lot of different side effects as I come off, becoming very erratic and impulsive, which is quite irritating for me and everyone around me. But I want to go back to be my normal self. And now the psychiatrist wants to put me on mood stabilizers to stop me going through these periods of just massive highs and massive lows and massive highs and massive lows, which, to be honest, I don't particularly mind, because during the massive highs I work non-stop and I feel amazing. I feel more drugged than if I'm on drugs. I feel electric. I feel like I've got adrenaline and just charging through my body. Now we're going to do, these are quite hard, they're little jump squats. So you jump in like this, down, out, in, to the side. You can kind of just improvise. Yeah, you can kind of just improvise, do what you want, in, out. Closer you come here, the better, obviously, but just doing it nice and quick and just being agile, just jumping around, really hard. So, yeah, she wanted to put me on some mood stabilizers, which I don't particularly want, but what I'll do is try them out, of course, because I love experimenting with different things on my body to see how they feel, how they make me act, how I react to them. So I love it. But then the bizarre, crazy things started happening this day. So I've been on the phone with my girlfriend, arguing, trying to repair damage that I'd done with a pointless, stupid argument about nothing. Okay, I've done a minute of that. Get the towel. And so we'd spent the time arguing on my way there, and we spent a bit of time arguing after that. Now we'll do spider crawl like this. So you're bringing your knee to your elbow. Like that. We'll do a minute of those, starting in 5 seconds. So as I was talking to her on the phone, I dropped my tab of acid, and I decided that I was going to wander around for the day, do some writing, listen to music, and just clear my head and just have a good time, really. Spend the day not worrying about work, not actually doing anything, just simply relaxing and enjoying myself. So, it took maybe 2 hours for it to start kicking in, maybe a bit less. And as I got home, I started feeling strange, which is normal, of course. But I started seeing things much clearer. I started rationalising the arguments and the tough choices that I had to make. Everything just started becoming clearer. And then, bizarrely, we'll do plank now. Bizarrely, I'd been doing a social experiment last year where I started writing letters to people around the world, and it's called Curiositividad, which is a combination of the words curiosity and creativity in Spanish. And so I had a couple of letters. I received 3 letters in the previous week, which really, really made my week. So I was picking them up to take photos of them so that I could reply to them without having to carry them with me. I was going to go right in the park. And out of one of these letters, I hadn't seen it before, was a picture, a mandala, that someone had drawn for me, and they'd basically just said thank you, and they told me that I'd inspired them to try and make changes within their life, and it was an old friend from home who I hadn't spoken to for ages, and it was just like a really lovely message and a lovely picture, and it really just completely changed my mood, completely changed my humour. Now I'll do some side plank. It completely changed my mood, changed my humour. Getting this message, you know, giving someone giving you some appreciation instead of, you know, yes, it's just nice to have some appreciation, especially when you're feeling down. And I just thought it was so bizarre that this little folded piece of paper just fell into my hand from the envelope. I'd read the letter several times and hadn't noticed this folded bit of paper, cardboard stuff, and it was just bizarre. And then, so I'm looking at these letters, and, you know, another person who'd written me a letter probably, well, more than 6 months ago now. I'd written two to him. Again, it was an old school friend who hadn't spoken to probably in 7 years, and he'd written me this letter as well, and I hadn't yet responded because I'd been waiting for some special designs and things that I had made before I sent my new paper, before I returned the letters, because they would be more special then. And so at the same time as I'm looking at these letters, this guy emailed me at the very moment I'm sat there looking at these letters, which is bizarre because, again, you know, like, he's never emailed me before. He must have he did see my post. He saw a post that I put on LinkedIn about a month or 6 weeks ago. He saw a post and he'd got my email address from there and emailed me offering me free help, offering me free legal help with my project. So I just thought, this is amazing. And I just thought to myself, right, this day is going to be an amazing day. You know, when little things like that start happening to you, you just have to go with it. You have to just, right, we'll do walkouts now, which you put your hands down like this and you walk out as far as you can into a sort of plank, and you can do a press up if you want with your hands as far forward, then you walk back up the standing like that. We'll do a couple of minutes of that. And so yeah, I decided that this day was just going to be great. So we organised a tour, a chat which we had today on the phone. You know, it was lovely speaking to someone you haven't spoken to for ages. So these two magical things happened, and then bit by bit I started thinking through all of my problems, all of them, and everything. It was just like this cloud of depression, anxiety, everything like that had just been lifted. I was able to see things rationally, logically, and I felt like myself. Now, people often laugh at me when I say that I feel more sane, I feel more normal when I've taken drugs. You know, I spent my entire life medicating myself with something, you know, alcohol, weed, methadone, nicotine, caffeine, ketamine, MDMA, psychedelics, alcohol, always a lot of, and then obviously when I stopped drinking, I started medicating myself. Well, I was medicated with this atomoxetine Strattera to help me control my urges and things like that, which it has done. It's helped me with a lot of things. It's helped me massively. But you know, I still didn't quite feel myself, which, you know, my old self was kind of carefree and, you know, stress-free, because I never really worried about things. And it's just crazy, like, you know, some people, they take drugs and they're completely out of it. They're completely out of this world, which is great. It's a great way to be if you want to do that. But for me, I've always liked taking them and then trying to do something, taking something that alters your mind and then trying to do something that you would usually do, something like writing or reading or drawing or anything creative, because without these filters, without this ego that we put up for ourselves, you know, without these barriers telling us that we can or can't do things, we'll do some squats now. It's surprising what we can do, and you know, we can do anything you put your mind to. And so then after that, I went to see my girlfriend for a bit, and we chatted and we just sorted through everything. You know, I realised all of the things that I was doing which was causing us both stress, and I was able to just talk these things through calmly and rationally, and it just made me realise these past few weeks, I haven't taken any drugs at all, and I guess I've had nothing to de-stress with. Everybody has their de-stressing methods. Obviously it's a lot harder for people to de-stress during COVID. You know, I do a lot of exercise, I walk a lot, I'm very active, and I just had not been able to get rid of this stress and just all these negative emotions just bottled up inside of me. I'm not very good at releasing my emotions. I've always just stuffed them in. Now I'll do some lunges. So I've always just stuffed these emotions in, and I think that that's what drugs, psychedelics, LSD, mushrooms, DMT, MDMA, ketamine, things like that, that's what they do for me. I know everybody has different experiences, but at the end of the day, these things are all medicines. They are all created for something, and it's only in our society now that they're illegal and they're frowned upon. But why? Why is it frowned upon? Why is it frowned upon to take LSD, but it's not frowned upon to take atomoxetine, Strattera? Both of those have mind-altering effects. If I stopped taking my Strattera, I would go very crazy and impulsive and things like that for a while. I feel horrible. Now I can do, this is something we do in jiu-jitsu. I like it quite a lot. But yeah, it just got me thinking, and I went out to see then a friend for his birthday. Well, I'll do it from this side as well, sorry. And then there I just started having some great conversations with people. I saw some people that I hadn't seen for ages. So this, you want to push up your pelvis, is this called? Your pelvis, and lean back and touch somewhere behind you. And they do this, because if you have someone on top of you, what you're trying to do is escape from them like that. So it's a way to strengthen those muscles for escaping if you're on the floor, or having sex. So I had some great chats. I spoke to some people about, I saw a guy from the place I train, and you know, I made a new friend. I didn't really have any friends in the place because I'd been too awkward to talk to anyone. Then another friend came up to me and asked me for my help in setting up a business that he wants. And actually, he does a load of really cool stuff with the body. I think it's called Free Flow. He's gonna send me some videos and I'm gonna upload them. But it's like, he's like a warrior. He's in Venezuela, and his passion is like the body and training and things like that. So he knows a lot of awesome stuff. Now what do I do? Now we'll do some decline press ups. And so this day was just, everything was slotting into place. I needed clients to help with their finance and things. I need to make some money. Various different people got in contact, a friend I'd fallen out with, got in contact, saying, can we meet up and chat? You know, we'd just both fallen out because we were both being stressy and unreasonable, and you know, we fell out because we were both just being stubborn and stupid. But she's one of my oldest friends, so she'd messaged me all on this day. You know, I got in contact with a few other people, and it just totally changed. One after one tab, and of course you can change yourself. You can just decide one day to stop being miserable. You can just say to yourself, I'm not going to be miserable anymore. You can say to yourself, I'm only going to do positive things. I'm only going to say positive things. Every time you think something negative, you can just bite your tongue and say something positive instead. Instead of being sarcastic, instead of being defeatist, instead of being, you know, using I can't do this, this will never happen to me, all of those type of things. Get rid of all of that. Never say I can't. You might not be able to right this moment. Doesn't mean it's impossible. It's difficult. A lot of things are difficult, but they're not impossible. And so I ended yesterday just feeling fantastic, you know, feeling carefree again, just feeling awesome. And I've just taken that positivity into today. I've done a load of stuff already. I wrote a load of poems. I did a load of, you know, the creative things that I love doing. And I literally, in one day, turned myself from depressed and miserable into not. And, you know, it's a formula that anyone can use, whether they want to take drugs or not. You can just decide, I am going to be happy. You can write, you can do loads of simple things, you know, write all of the things that you're happy for. You can say out loud all the things you're happy for. Even if you don't believe in a God or anything like that, you can literally, before you go to sleep, let's do some wide press ups. Literally, before you go to sleep, you can say out loud all the things that you're grateful for in that day, no matter how big or how small. You can say that, and you'll go to bed feeling happy, and you'll wake up. Your brain will remember those happy thoughts, and you'll wake up, and you'll start your day happy. You know, it's little simple things like that that we're only as miserable as we let ourselves be. The worst thing in the world could happen to you, and you can take a positive from that. Every bad thing has a positive. Every cloud has a silver lining. I know these are all cliches, but it's true. There is always a positive to even the most negative. And if you can always just look at those positives and ignore the negatives, or learn from the negatives, turn the negative into a learning curve, then in theory, you can always be happy, or at least content. You know, that's all we can really ask to be, isn't it? Is content. Content with the lives we're given, content with the things we know, and just grateful really. Like, if you're sat here watching this video, then the chances are your life's not too bad, because you've got access to the internet. And with access to the internet, the world is your oyster. Nowadays, the internet is all that you need to fix your entire life. All information can be found on the internet, or at least the basis. And now we're doing close press ups. Oh, these are hard. Now we're doing all information can be found on the internet, and any that can't, you can at least find where to find it. You can earn money on the internet. You can learn new skills on the internet. We have at our disposal the greatest resource that our civilization has ever known. And I think sometimes we take it for granted. You know, people like to spend time looking at trash and learning nothing, instead of taking advantage of the amazing facility that is the internet. So I'm going to end this video now. It's about 25 minutes, I think that's probably enough for now. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, please ask. Follow me at The Quest for Wisdom, subscribe. I'm working on a ton of content now. I'm redoing everything, all the old stuff that's badly done. So stay tuned, and hope you'll enjoy it. Thanks very much. Oh.